Imagine walking through your own city, but feeling entirely invisible. Or worse, when people do look at you, they look away in pity or disgust. In the city of Medina, over 1400 years ago, there was a man who lived this reality every single day. His name was Julaybib. In a society obsessed with tribal status, wealth, and physical beauty, Julaybib had none of these. He was known to be extremely short, physically deformed, and he had no known lineage, no tribe to protect him, no family name to give him honor. He was a complete outcast. To the elites of society, he was a nobody, but to the most important man on earth, he meant everything. Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, didn't look at society the way others did. He didn't see a man's worth in his wealth or his face, but in his heart. One day, the Prophet approached Julaybib and asked him a question that must have felt like a cruel joke to a man in his position. Julaybib, will you not marry? Julaybib looked down, stating the painful, obvious truth. O Messenger of Allah, who would marry me? I have no wealth and I have no status. The Prophet smiled. He didn't offer him empty sympathy. Instead, he took it upon himself to find Julaybib a wife. He went to a prominent family in Medina, the Ansar, and requested their daughter's hand in marriage. The father was overjoyed, until the Prophet clarified, I am not asking for myself. I am asking for Julaybib. The father was stunned. He went to his wife. When the mother heard the name Julaybib, she was horrified. To Julaybib? No. By Allah, we will not marry her to him. But as the parents debated how to reject the Prophet's request without offending him, a voice spoke from behind a curtain. It was their daughter. She had heard everything. She possessed something far more beautiful than worldly status, absolute trust in God. She asked her parents, will you reject the request of the Messenger of Allah? Send me to him, for he will not let me be ruined. Because of her profound faith, the marriage took place. For the first time in his life, Julaybib had a home, a family, and honor. But this newfound happiness was brief. Shortly after the wedding, a battle broke out to defend Medina. Julaybib, the man society had ignored, did not hesitate to step forward to protect the very people who had once shunned him. When the dust settled and the battle was over, the Prophet stood among his companions. Have you lost anyone? He asked. Yes, they replied. We lost so-and-so and so-and-so, naming the famous, prominent men who had fallen. The Prophet asked again, have you lost anyone else? Again, they named others. They had entirely forgotten about Julaybib. With deep emotion in his voice, the Prophet said, but I have lost Julaybib. Go and find him. They searched the battlefield. Finally, they found him. Julaybib lay on the ground, surrounded by 7 enemies he had fought off before finally falling. The Prophet walked over to the body of the man the world had thrown away. He didn't call for a stretcher. He didn't ask anyone else to move him. The Prophet of God knelt down in the dirt, and he lifted Julaybib's body until he was resting on his own forearms. Looking down at him, the Prophet spoke words that echoed through history. He killed 7, and then they killed him. This man is of me, and I am of him. This man is of me, and I am of him.
Julaybib had no bed to lay on when he died. His bed was the forearms of the Messenger of Allah. The Prophet personally dug his grave and placed him into the earth. Society told Julaybib he was worthless because of how he looked and where he came from. But the creator of the universe and his messenger told him he was priceless. Next time you feel invisible or rejected by the world around you, remember Julaybib. The world might forget your name, but God never will.